Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And welcome to the 27th episode of my Thrift Store Haul series. And today I am running the gamut. I am really talking all things media today. We have books, movies, all the way from VHS all the way to Blu-ray, and a couple video games in here as well. So a ton of different things to talk about, so let's get into it. Before I do though, if you have a quick second, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into the 27th episode of my Thrift Store Hauls. Alright, so I'll start off with the books that I've picked up recently, and I guess I'll start with these two because they are a little bit ridiculous, but technically I guess these are media tie-in because these are both WWE Pick Your Own Adventure books, which is just insane to me. So this is Pick Your Path 1, Race to the Rumble, of course, Rey Mysterio, the newly inducted Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio, I should add, is on the cover there. And then Pick Your Path number 2, Night of Champions with Triple H himself. And then actually on the back we have Kofi Kingston, and we have Edge, it looks like, the rated R superstar. So, like, these are ridiculous. I had to pick them up, from the thrift store, so super cheap, which is cool. And actually, when I got these, they were doing a 50% off sale, so it was even cheaper than it normally would be. I'm just trying to find a year real quick, because I never thought to even look what year these would have come out, and I don't see one. 2011. Okay, that makes sense given who's on these covers here. So 2011, Choose Your Own Adventure WWE stories. Super interested to see what the heck these are all about. So we have Race to the Rumble and Night of Champions. Here's another one that even for like the normal price of 60 cents, I wouldn't have bought this, but for 30 cents, I figured why not? This is Scooby-Doo and You, The Case of the Theater Phantom. So this is, of course, a middle grade book, but it's definitely a younger middle grade. Like, it's super short. Let me see. How many pages are we rocking here? Like 62 pages. Very short. But, and it's a Collect the Clues mystery. There are a bunch of these in this line. And all of the Scooby-Doo books, they're not like genuine middle grade. I want to call them like kids books, really, just because they're so short and that's kind of who they're aimed at. But still, either way, it's pretty cool. I don't know when this is from either. I'm always interested to see. This is from 2000, so 23 years old now as of filming, which is nuts. So anyway, I thought this one was kind of cute for what it is. Scooby-Doo and You, The Case of the Theater Phantom. So when I picked up this next one, I thought that it was a book that was turned into a film. It was adapted into a film. But now that I'm looking more closely at it, I think this is a junior novelization. It's just not labeled as such. But this is Paranorman, and this is written by Elizabeth Cody Kimmel. So, like I said, I thought this was like an instance where the book came and then the film was based off the book, but when you look at the inside, at the copyright on this, it has Leica on it, which is the studio who did the film, and it's from 2012. So I think this is actually just a novelization of the movie, which of course I'm all about. Like, that makes it even better, frankly. But yeah, like, this is awesome. Paranorman is a fantastic movie. I love it. And so I'm really looking forward to checking out now the novelization. At least that's what I'm assuming it is, the junior novelization. So let me know if this is a novel that was adapted into a film or if it's a novelization, if you have any more insight into this. But either way, really cool. And this is actually hardcover, so that's really fun. Anyway, Paranorman, written by Elizabeth Cody Kimmel. So that's the last of the books I've grabbed. So let's jump over now. I guess we'll go to the video games because I only have a couple of those. So I don't often find a ton of video games that are worth picking up from the thrift store. They are a little bit more expensive at, I believe they're $3 at my thrift store versus the 2 for $1 that I'm paying for most things. But if it's worthwhile, of course, I'm going to grab it. And fortunately, I found an original Xbox game. This is Shrek 2, and it's actually the Platinum Hits edition of it, which is pretty interesting. So I've not heard anything good about the Shrek video games for Xbox, but that's totally fine. Like I said, it was about $3. The disc is in actually really good shape, and it is complete with the manual inside also. So don't often see that. Honestly, at my thrift stores, whenever I see a video game, 75% of the time, there's no disc inside, and that's just how it is. So when I saw this one, I knew I had to grab it. So this is Shrek 2, the Platinum Hits edition for the original Xbox. And the other one I found is a sports title, but it's one that if I'd found it maybe 2 years ago, it would have been a much bigger deal because this was going for a little bit of money a couple years back before EA got back into the golf series. This is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 14, and it is the last game that has Tiger Woods' name on it from EA Sports. Of course, now there is, Tiger Woods is within the 2K golf series, if I'm not mistaken. And so the value on this dropped significantly, but it's still worth more than the $3 I paid for it. More importantly, though, I didn't have this one in my collection, and it's because it was more expensive. I never ended up picking it up, but for $3 or whatever, this one may have been like $4, $5 because I got it from Goodwill as opposed to my local Salvation Armies, but still really good price on this compared to what it's worth. So very happy to have this. Another one that does have the full on the inside here. You know what? There is a special bonus. I was worried about showing it, but now I'm realizing it's just for Golf Digest, which there's no chance I'm redeeming that. So anyway, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 14 for the Xbox 360. And that's the last of the video games I found. So now we'll jump over to movies. I'll start VHS and then I'll probably do Blu-ray because I only have one, and then I'll wrap up with the DVDs. All right, so I talked about these the other day when I was showing some other VHS tapes I found. Now, these are ones that are available on at least DVD. This first one, I believe, is actually on Blu-ray from maybe Kino, if I'm not mistaken, Kino Lorber. But anyway, I didn't realize it at the time, and so I picked up Eddie and the Cruisers. This one has Tom Berenger and Michael Perry in it, and I don't know, it just looked fun. They say rock and roll never dies, but one dark night in '63, Eddie Wilson's car took a dive off the Jersey Bridge. And I think, he comes back or something. I don't know. It just sounded really interesting. And so I decided to pick it up. Again, I'm not a VHS collector at heart, excluding maybe some wrestling things. But other than that, I don't really want to collect a lot of VHS unless it's something I can't find on another format. At the time, I didn't realize that this was available in another format. And so I picked it up anyway. But still cool to have in the collection. Eddie and the Cruisers. And the other one here, honestly, I didn't even know this existed. I was a huge fan of the Homeward Bound set of films back when I was a kid when they were new, but I didn't realize that there was an original, The Incredible Journey. And actually, when I picked this one up, I thought, oh, it's just Homeward Bound, but it has a different name to it. No, it's not. If you look at the dogs or the animals in this, they are different from Homeward Bound, which I believe is subtitled The Incredible Journey. So this is just the original to that remake. I had no idea. And frankly, I'm sure this is available on DVD, maybe even Blu-ray. I don't know, but I don't know. Either way, I thought it was really cool to pick up the Disney version, or the Disney movie rather. So this is The Incredible Journey. So those were the two VHS tapes I found. Now we'll jump over to the Blu-ray I picked up. So like I said, only one Blu-ray, but it was marked down to 50 cents because there was no other price sticker on it, so I picked it up. This is Sisters with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Now, frankly, I've not seen this one, and I've not heard a ton of really good things about it either, but I really like Tina Fey, and so I figured I would give it a shot. Amy Poehler is great as well. So I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but for 50 cents on Blu-ray, you knew I had to grab it. And this one actually does have complete, so it does have the DVD and the Blu-ray. The only thing it didn't have was the digital code in there, but that's fine. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool pickup for 50 cents. We have Sisters on Blu-ray. All right, so last but not least, the DVDs I found, and I have more of these than anything else here because, of course, that's how it goes. So the first one here is actually a UFC DVD. This is number 52. So we have Randy Couture versus Chuck Liddell, and this is not one that I have seen, but it's from April of 2005. So anytime I find any of the UFCs that I don't own, I always pick them up, and so that's why I ended up grabbing this one. So UFC 52 with the main event of Randy Couture versus Chuck Liddell. This was one that was definitely a nostalgia pickup because my sister was a huge fan of Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen when we were younger, so of course I watched along with her. But one that I don't think I've seen since it was like brand new is New York Minute. And honestly, I don't remember anything about this movie, but again, it was 50 cents, so I figured, yeah, let's pick it up and see what it's all about. So I don't have high hopes, but again, it's a bit more of a nostalgic pick than anything else. This is New York Minute. Here's another one that I watched thanks to my sister back in the day. This is John Tucker Must Die. So I remember this one being really funny for what it was. I didn't love it necessarily when I watched it at the time when it came out. When was this? Had to be like 2004, 2005-ish, I would imagine. 2006, so pretty close. But I know it's one that my wife enjoys, so I figured, yeah, we'll pick this one up and give it another watch here. Now that I'm a little bit older, maybe I'll appreciate it even more. Or maybe it won't hold up very well. I guess we will see. But either way, a cool find. John Tucker Must Die. Here's another one I don't know too much about, and I haven't heard many people talk about it, but it's Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman in Bewitched. I love Will Ferrell. He's one of my favorites. I think he is just absolutely hilarious, which I know, very divisive comedy. People love or hate him, and it is what it is, but I think he's great. And so, yeah, I had to pick this one up when I found it for the cheap price that I did. So this is Bewitched. So this next one has a great cast, but I wasn't positive if I would be interested in it or not. This is Mad City with Dustin Hoffman and John Travolta. And then I read the back of the box, and it sounds really cool. I guess John Travolta plays this museum guard who loses his job, and so then he goes and takes a gun and tries to get his job back that way. And then Dustin Hoffman plays a TV news reporter who is going to make it a big spectacle. I think on the front here it says, yeah, one man will make a mistake, the other will make it a spectacle. I mean, that sounds fascinating to me. I have to see what this is all about. So yeah, very intrigued to watch Mad City. And last but not least today is one that just looks like a ton of fun in this really cool snapper case. This is the Cannonball Run with, of course, Burt Reynolds and Farrah Fawcett. Roger Moore is in there as well as Dom DeLuise. That's really cool. But anyway, look at the snapper case here. I love that. Looks really good. Has great cover art on there. That's just beautiful. And then you can see the back there too. But yeah, this is based on a real life race, I guess, that's kind of across the whole country. Sounds like a blast. I'm sure this one is going to be a lot of fun to watch. So the last DVD for today is the Cannonball Run. All right, so there it is. Just a mishmash of craziness in this one. Books, VHS, Blu-ray, DVD, video games. You name it, it's here. I really am playing true to the all things media line that I always toss out there. But let me know down in the comments below, have you found anything cool from your thrift stores lately? Anything here in this pile that you recommend? Is Paranorman a book that was adapted to a movie, or is this a junior novelization like I think it is? Let me know if you know it down in the comments below. And let me know anything else down there as well. I appreciate any and all comments, so thanks so much for that support. But as always, guys, if you enjoyed this one, please hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And if not, hit thumbs down. That lets me know to change something as well. And like I always say, as proven today, I don't just talk one media type, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it, and if you are too, you might consider subscribing. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.